Hey everybody, in this new series I'm going to talk about note blocking and everything that you need to consider when building a note block song. In this first episode I'm just going to talk about the sounds the note blocks make and everything you need to know about it, but eventually in my next videos I will start talking about more complicated things, and if you have any suggestions, put it in the comments. I might do your suggestion first, and I'm planning on talking about everything I learned in the last, 1.5 years? Yeah, I've been note blocking for 1.5 years, and I just want to talk about what I've learned. So let's start. Let's talk about the different instruments. I'm using a texture pack. As you can see, this is the standard Minecraft texture pack. You can find it in the description of this video, and the sound a note block makes depends on the block you're putting it on. So if I put a note block on a pumpkin, I get this sound, the didgeridoo. On a wooden item, it doesn't have to be a log, it can be planks or most other wooden items, it's a bass. This is wool for the guitar, dirt for the piano, but also air, and a few other blocks as well. Iron xylophone on iron block. Emerald is a bit. Hay is a banjo. Glowstone for the pling. Clay for the flute. Soul sand for the cowbell. Gold for the bell. Ice for the chime. And bone for the xylophone. And for the percussion, glass for the clicks. Sand for the snare drum. And stone for the bass drum. Every note block has 25 different notes. So it starts from an F sharp, ends at an F sharp 2 octaves higher. So if you hit the note block with your right mouse button, you can tune it. And if you're not in creative and you hit it with the left mouse button, you'll just play the note block. But if I do that now, because I'm in creative, I'll destroy the block. Alright, so you got 25 different notes in 2 octaves. And octaves is a series of notes from, it starts at F sharp in the case of Minecraft, and it ends at a higher F. So that was 1 octave. The next one will be higher up till the highest F sharp. That means every different type of note block has 2 octaves, and we got our bass notes and our regular notes and our higher notes and our percussion. But Minecraft has 6 octaves total, because these notes are much lower than these notes. And it works like this. So the bass and the pumpkin have 2 octaves, and the second octave of the bass and the pumpkin overlaps with the guitar sound. So when I play this note, it has the same pitch as this one and this one. And the same goes for the highest F sharp on the bass and the pumpkin, has the same pitch as the middle F sharp of the guitar and the lowest F sharp of the harp, iron xylophone, bit, banjo and pling. And as you can see, the same goes for the higher instruments. They kind of overlap. So in total we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 octaves, but they're all different instruments, so you have to have some experience with note blocking to make it seamlessly. So here's a little overview, maybe that's a little bit more clear, and you can see the overlapping octaves from the different instruments. So if you want to make some high pitch part of a song, you'll select these instruments, and if you want to create the bass, you'll select either the bass or the didgeridoo, or maybe the guitar. And if you want to do the melody, you maybe select something in the middle of the chords. It kind of depends on the song. And the same goes for the percussion. So the click, snare drums and bass drum, they have 2 octaves, but because these are percussion, it doesn't really matter for your You can't really use them in a melody or anything like that. They do sound very different when using a low note and a high note. So you have to kind of think about how your percussion is supposed to sound when selecting what kind of note you want to use. But generally there isn't much of a difference between the lowest few ones. They all kind of sound the same. Alright, for any of the note blocks to be able to make a sound, you need to have an air block above the note block. So if I press this button and I have something else instead of an air block on top of it, it just won't make a sound. That goes for any block you put on top of it. So if I put something small like a button on top of it, it still doesn't make a sound. Or even when I put a slab on top of it, something like this, you might think, hey, there's an air gap in between, but it doesn't matter. This entire block needs to be air. The distance of the note block from you matters also. I just put 2 octaves of note blocks in a row here, so you can hear the volume decreasing when the note blocks are further away. Oh, wait, I need to put it there. So you can obviously hear the volume decreasing, and the maximum range for a note block is 47 blocks. So I've made a circle with a flute note block in the middle, and the circle is 47 blocks in radius. So this is the 47th one if you count the middle as the first. And I'm barely able to hear the note block. And now I'm unable to hear the note block. So when I walk over the radius of the circle, I should be able to barely hear the note block. And if I step outside, it's out of range. And so the range of the note block is 47 blocks, I think. Because it could also be my ears, of course, that I'm unable to hear it at the 48 block, but I'm pretty sure it's 47, and it doesn't really matter, because if you want to make a song, you have to keep the note blocks pretty close so you don't hear the volume drop off. Alright, this is it, the first video of the ultimate guide to note blocking. If you want to see anything particular in my next video, just leave a comment below and I'll try to fit it in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.